History remembers him as Genghis Khan, the legendary warrior who crushed every empire in his path to conquer more territory than any ruler in human history. But a newly translated ancient text, The Secret History of the Mongols, reveals his origins as a vulnerable prince named Temujin. He was born into a fractured world. The vast Mongolian steppes were split between heavily armed, rival nomadic dynasties that had been feuding for generations. To secure a future for his royal house, his father, Yesugei, arranged a strategic marriage for the 9-year-old boy. He betrothed Temujin to Borte, the daughter of a powerful and prestigious noble family. At this age, Temujin's life was defined by the security of his rank. He was a royal heir with a guaranteed marriage alliance and a clear path to power. That security vanished on the journey home. Yesugei stopped at a Tartar camp where he was recognized by his enemies and fatally poisoned. Without a king to lead them, the tribe's structure dissolved. Thousands of subjects and hundreds of thousands of animals abandoned the family, leaving them to fend for themselves on the grasslands. The royal family was reduced to foragers. They spent years in absolute poverty, hunting birds and catching fish just to survive the 9-month winters of the Mongolian steppe. They only survived because of Temujin's mother, Huelen. She was a formidable presence who hunted, gathered, and physically held her children together in total isolation. But even in exile, Temujin remained a threat. Rival warlords kept a close watch on the growing boy, knowing that as long as the heir lived, their own power was never truly secure. As the brothers grew, the pressure of starvation created a violent internal power struggle. Temujin began clashing with his older half-brother, Bektar, who sought to dominate the small camp. Temujin ended the rivalry with an ambush. He and his brother Quasar surrounded Bektar on a hilltop and shot him with arrows, executing their own sibling to ensure Temujin's authority was absolute. Sensing weakness in the wake of the murder, a rival ruling house called the Taichiyud attacked. They captured Temujin, intending to humiliate him and prevent him from ever reclaiming his father's title. He was held in a restrictive wooden collar known as a kang. This heavy yoke prevented him from reaching his own mouth to eat or lying down to rest. During a summer feast, Temujin managed to knock his captor unconscious and flee into the darkness. He took refuge in the freezing Onon River, hiding in the water as his enemies scoured the banks. He survived by identifying a sympathetic guard within the search party who agreed to hide him. By the time he returned to his family, Temujin had discovered how to turn his captor's own subjects into his first secret allies. After years of rebuilding his family's strength, the adult Temujin returned to the east to find Borte. Despite his years of exile, she was still waiting for him. Their marriage brought a critical asset to the family, a dowry of a beautiful sable coat, a garment that represented the highest tier of nomadic wealth. Temujin immediately presented this coat to Torol, the powerful king of the Kariat. He used the gift to reactivate an old bond of loyalty his father had shared with the king. Temujin realized that in the chaos of the steppe, personal wealth was a target. By gifting the coat, he converted a luxury item into the military protection of the region's most powerful ruler. That protection was tested when a rival clan, the Merkits, raided his camp and kidnapped Borte. Years earlier, Temujin would have been helpless, but now he had the political leverage to demand that his allies raise their banners. He triggered his network. King Torol and blood brother Jamilka combined their forces, creating an army of tens of thousands of cavalry to strike the Merkits. The coordinated attack was a slaughter. They overtook the Merkit camp, eliminating their resistance, and allowing Temujin to find his wife amidst the chaos. This victory proved that Temujin was more than an heir. He was a leader who could manage massive allied divisions and execute complex campaigns across hundreds of miles. The boy who was abandoned and hunted had transitioned into a commander who could unite disparate tribes into a single force, the exact engine he would use to reshape the Eurasian continent as Genghis Khan.